Hey there, and welcome to AfterBuzz Anime Reviews. We're talking Soul Eater Season 3. We've wrapped up Season 3. Oh my goodness, we're near the end of this show. It just keeps getting crazier. Do we trust Medusa with that surrender? Not really. We also get to talk about Fate Grand Order, the special USA tour, and I have video and photos of that. Stay tuned, and an unboxing.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz
Here we go. It's our new intro. What's up? AfterBuzz Anime Reviews. We're talking Soul Eater Season 3, episodes 9 through 13, which means we are done with Season 3. Woo!
Going by so quickly.
It's zooming by, yes. And then we're also going to be talking about the Fate Grand Order USA tour, which I got to check out. It's going on today, so if you're watching this live, it's still going on until later tonight. You can go get tickets, and then we'll have videos and photos of that. And then we also got Japan Crate unboxing. My name is Kari Lane, and we'll go down our awesome panel line.
Hi, I'm Veronica Valencia here.
Hi, I'm Jaimie Gray.
Hey, I'm Ollie Drennan.
All right, what do we think of the end of Season 3?
If I'm being completely honest,
Yes, be honest.
If
We
I'm
love
being
it.
completely honest, I felt like these episodes were fine. I obviously really liked the last one because it was about Crona, and I love Crona to death. But I think since we're kind of wrapping up season 3, I think this whole season has been just fine because I think it's really done a lot of setting up for what's to come.
Definitely.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying, Veronica, because I was talking to Ollie about it a little earlier, and I was like, okay, it was good, but I kind of wish, okay, there's certain things. First of all, Medusa. I'm sick of her. She's still around, and literally we're about to go into the 4th season part, and she's still here. Everything that, as far as like the main antagonist, she's kind of the main singular antagonist. Sure, we have Arachne, but Arachne is connected to Medusa, and I'm almost kind of like, I want to see more of Arachne, but Medusa, I'm so over her, and I kind of just wish there was like more people. And then, overall, it's just like, okay, it's all about teamwork, but I'm just kind of like, I need a little more, and it was kind of like, yeah.
It's building up. We're like on the roller coaster.
Ollie's like,
we're
hold
like,
on.
We're going on the final
Yeah.
dip. Right?
Okay.
But it's gonna, just stay tuned. The next part 4, will be really good. But I agree with what you said. It's kind of like, we have like 12 episodes left, and I really do wish that Soul Eater, the anime adaptation, was longer because there's so many stories that like the manga has so much to offer, and I really wish like they could have like revisited some of the stories they didn't include, or just kind of like revamp it. Like I was one of the fans were talking about like what would you think if like they did like how they did it with Full Metal Alchemist and like totally like go back to Soul Eater and update it and do all the things they couldn't have done because the manga wasn't finished. And I wish that was like my anime dream. Sorry, going on a tangent, but anyway, I would love that.
I'm down for that because they're so sorry not to go off topic, but a little bit, but I'm so for that of all these animes that maybe came out in the early 2000s who ran into roadblocks because like the anime caught up with the manga or whatever, and they just weren't finished. I love the idea of going back and rebooting them, and some of that is happening, and it's very exciting.
Yes. I feel the show right now is kind of plateaued a little bit. Like we were building, and then we're kind of waiting now, but generally what happens before the next big bit. So we'll get into episode 9, Mosquitoes Storm, 10 minutes to fight in the world of the past, ? Funny thing is, on the subtitle, that was one of them, and then it also said Mosquito the Tempest, World of a Day Gone By, a 10-minute time limit, ? So I was like, why are they changing the titles too? I mean, those are similar, but not really.
Oh no, for a while now I've been watching this series with the subtitles, and it's just so different.
Yeah.
And it's humorous how different it is.
It's almost sometimes too different, where I'm like, why didn't they just use like the actual, the original script? Because sometimes it sounds better, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's so many times like that where you're like,
like,
I mean,
why
I get
don't
it when you're fitting the mouth. Sure,
Right.
there are sounds you're like, no, that's not what that sound is. But there's other ones where it changes the meaning enough
you,
that you
yeah.
go, hey, hold up, wait.
Yeah.
Hold on. But we get Oxford and Harvard. I don't think we had really heard his name.
That's so dumb.
Yeah.
Oxford, Harvard.
Don't you just love all these like names?
I
They're so
do.
great.
Yes.
I love them
Sometimes.
so much.
And then Jacqueline and Kim, they're all holding up really well. Oh, their teamwork and resonance. Oh,
Aren't they? They're underrated.
so good.
They're so
Yes.
underrated. I really wish they had
They
like a.
kick butt.
I wish they had an episode that was more dedicated towards them because they're really like they're stars. Like they have so much to offer, and I love our core 3 or core 7 members, but I wish there was more. They need more love for sure.
Yes. Because we see we get to see the start and then the end of their fights. We don't really get the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they're all done.
Also, you just want to get to know them.
Yeah.
You want to know their
Personalities.
backstories. Keelan, Kim, Jacqueline, and
It would be nice to get their backstories because it's kind of like they just pop in and out of situations.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, I know who you are, but I don't know exactly your story.
they're they're like enigmas. You're like, who? You're cool, but I want to get to know you.
Yeah.
So they do more with them in the manga?
Yeah,
Okay,
totally.
cool.
And I mentioned previously,
Yeah.
Kim has like this whole thing, and if you want to get to know Kim and Jacqueline, you can watch Soul Eater or not. I won't spoil anything because
Okay,
it's
cool.
fun. It's fun.
Nice. Mifune with Nagus and Azusa and that trap attack, and Sid and Mifune kind of like, I respect you, dude. All right, me too.
Yeah.
I don't want to kill you, but okay, cool. And so, what do you guys think of that confrontation?
It was interesting. It's just I don't get Mifune. I don't know what his life's goal is. I don't know what he thinks like he's getting out of this because Angela is nowhere in this picture.
Yeah.
So
Sure, where is she?
I don't
Where's Angela?
get him. I just don't get him.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of how I was too, because I was like, what is your purpose, Mifune? Like, I don't understand. And then Sid, he's just always in a very random situation. But, I thought that their whole exchange was really, I guess, cute. Like, okay, do you want to do this? No? Okay, let's just cut it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm tired.
That's the adults. They go, okay, we're done. I'm tired. And they retreat. I did like the Jacqueline and Kim doing the retreat signal, which looks so cool, and it's the little death head kind of thing.
Yeah.
And remember when Kim was flying away? How that's
It's like a
blue?
broomstick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm,
Did like
interesting. Very interesting. Wonder what that's all about.
Oh.
Oh, witchy vibes.
A little bit. I don't know.
yeah.
I'm just putting it out there, y'all.
Just saying.
Wait a minute.
Let me sit in my coffee.
Y'all sip my tea. We got Stein going crazy. That madness drool looked so gross and cool at the same time.
Yeah.
A great visualization of it.
This was another thing, like Mifune, this was another thing that's baffling to me in the sense that, okay, they understand that the madness is out there and it'll slowly start to consume Stein, but it's baffling to me that these death size like Marie, and the very high-skilled meisters like Stein do not seem to kind of think something else might be up. They're just like, oh, I'm just going mad, and Marie's just like, oh, he's going mad.
Right. It's like I don't even want to believe that Marie or Stein could be that gullible. Especially not Stein. I'm like, maybe Stein knows. I think he knows himself and that he's kind of going off the deep end. But even with Marie, I'm like, you don't sense anything. With Stein, you don't sense anything inside of yourself. With you kind of, getting your drink roofied. Like I don't understand, and I want more from them. But Stein is really like. Just even with him coming out of that magnetic field, I'm like, what's going on with you? It's too much.
It's
His
almost as if-
face in the
yeah.
snow.
Yeah.
It's almost as if he's kind of basically embracing the madness.
Yes.
Especially
Oh,
since
the
with,
laugh
with his
flopping.
past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And poor Marie. I think I called her a doofus before, but I
There's something
really
to her.
did feel bad for her in this episode because she just got back. She wants to make an impression. She wants to do good. She wants to be a good leader. But in this episode, we saw her kind of like fumble, and it wasn't her fault necessarily. The kids just wanted to go help their fellow students. That's what the DWMA is founded upon. So I don't know. Marie, hang in there, girl. We love you.
I don't think they respect her. I don't think they respect her. They just don't care about her.
And that's sad because I do like Marie. I think she has so much potential. It also kind of baffles me a little bit that we haven't seen Marie's potential as a death sight.
Yes.
She's always just kind of been like this person in the shadows, like, hi, I'm quirky,
And
I'm
she
getting
is
new.
a death
Yeah.
side. People forget
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But
But
when do we get to see her fight?
And that eye patch.
I
Yeah.
want to see her fight because I feel like the sooner we see her fight, the sooner that her and Stein will like do their soul resonance, and then she'll feel something is up with him.
Yeah.
And with her.
The kids find them and everything. Was Mosquito doing the magic tool in his hat, the 100 years of himself, like, what did you think of, I'm gonna go back 100 years and get giant, and someone forgot leg day.
Yeah.
his
He's like
nipples are
swole
just
up top.
floating.
Just like a man would at
right.
the gym, you know. You gotta give love to leg day. Come on,
Come
you know.
on.
You want it to
You want to be
want-
proportional. Yeah.
Proportionizing.
Symmetry.
Yes.
Kid would have
I
had
like
fit.
that. No, kid, when he gets so upset,
Yeah.
your form disgusts me. We see Avon real quick, but looks like Avon has like 2 masks on because there's one on the face and one sitting out here, which was weird. Any theories?
Interesting. Look,
Just interesting.
Look a little bit like a totem. That's reminded me of like a totem pole, like some kind. You know, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he just wants to outmask Lord Death.
I know, right?
Yes. Yes. We get Key Lake and Oxford when they've held off the bad guys and everything. It's interesting. I really liked how they showed the effect of when they come out, that it's still like weird, and how Stein points out, you can't just pause and go back in and restart your time limit, and that is again how we see Marie, that they just feel how she feels so useless because she wants to stop them, and even how cute it is that she thinks, oh, I told them I'd expel them, and I don't even know why I said that, but I didn't want them to go. So we're just like, she needs a hug.
Yeah.
It's like, it's okay, sweetie, you got this. And then, Ollie, how you said the founding DWMA, Ox, when he says, protecting comrades is what DWA students are all about. And I like the look he and Keelik have of, we're totally going in to go help them and everything. Also, we get a side note, we get Evans for Soul's family name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Soul's like, stop talking.
Don't call me that.
So, don't get ahead. We are watching as this goes, just in
Right.
case you're new to the show, and welcome. We have a live chat, by the way. Hello to our live people. We got Step B, Starcloak, and a few other people there just watching quietly. Raindrops on Roses. Thank you very much. If you're watching it later, please comment down below what you thought of these episodes, and please no spoilers. So Soul, the Madness and the Devil. Oh yeah, they play the piano to connect. And will the black blood spread? Dun dun dun.
So dramatic.
Even more piano. Did we think that was going to be a bad plan?
I'll be honest. I thought this was so random.
Yes.
I was just like, what? I'm so confused. You're gonna do what now?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought it was also a really cool, almost play on words, how with like the sound resonance and then soul resonance, and then he's gonna play the piano. And I also thought it was funny, which I think it was in this particular episode, that we're like, oh, we're just gonna trick you to do it, but you're just
Yes,
gonna do
that's the
it.
very next one.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoops. Well,
But no, still.
Yeah, but still, I thought it was really cool how they were able to kind of combine it, and it's always just a cool play, trick on words. So I thought it was cool.
And it's funny, they're laughing. He's like, why are you laughing? Well, we've been trying to get you to play for so long, and now you do. So,
But
yeah,
it
that
is
was
super
amusing.
random, Veronica. I'm with you. I didn't
Yeah,
understand
right.
like where did this come from.
Yeah. It's an interesting way to get them to connect and how they quote unquote hear it, of how would you hear music inside somebody. But
I think also I was just like, so when did he play, like, when did he become like a beast at piano? Like I know he's had the skill, but like why, I didn't know
it's
he
been
could do
a
it with
while
other
because
people.
they're like, we haven't heard you in so long.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I guess.
You've got this grin, Ollie. Like,
Well, like, I think it's called. I can't talk, y'all. Sorry. Well, I think it's just kind of like playing. To me, it kind of symbolizes just him using his voice, or just kind of like, because I feel like honestly, Soul kind of faded into the background, like as the anime went by. Like he's been very under the radar, and I feel like by playing now, we're gonna see a different side to him, obviously. But I don't know. I think they. I don't know.
Well, it was kind of refreshing because he's so calm, cool, and collected, and that piano was crazy jazz all over the place sound, and not calm, cool, and collected. Like the way his behavior is, you'd almost think he would play very classical, structured music. But this is, he's sweating, he's moving, and because later, there's the episode with them in the sand, and he's like, well, that's not very cool. So it's interesting to really let it out of what he's holding in.
That's a good way to put it.
I wonder where that will go. Episode 10, Unleash the Seven's Resonance, Link, a recital of destruction and creation, ? Justin and Giriko. Oh, I always love when they fight. And the snowman was a cool trick, though, right? The little pop-ups, and he goes, oh, well, you build things, so. Yeah, pretty much he goes, oh, okay. But that kind of gets away really quick. Ollie, kind of a question from the chat. Alley Cat Diva says, isn't more part of his manga backstory. I think referring
Yeah,
Soul.
and then someone in the chat said,
Katie, he's from a musically prestigious family.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Good to know.
And
So
then
you can tell us stuff like that because it's not really a
Starcoak
spoiler.
also
Right.
reminds us this episode. This is where it basically starts to deviate from the source material.
Oh, okay,
So,
cool.
Yeah, it's different than the manga.
okay.
Moving forward, for sure, definitely. I mean, it's already been different from the manga.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I
Thank
also
you,
just
Chet.
think it's interesting, that we're this far in, and Soul's really the only one we don't know much of
Yeah.
anything
Yes.
about.
Right.
And he's Maka's partner of all
Yeah.
things. and
Yeah, that's
we're
like my one critique with Soul Eater. I love this anime, top 3 animes for sure. But like, there's so much like, even with like, I want to know more about Maka's mom too.
Oh yeah, we get just
Which
a
we'll talk-
sliver of that, which we'll talk
Yeah,
about.
and
but
like, there's more
Okay.
to Soul
I don't know.
for sure.
We get Erica and the Mizune. Are you saying everything?
Mizune.
Yeah, Mizune. Sisters, and when Soul, live coolly, have fun. That was the thing we were saying, and the resonance link. We already saw that. I thought the show is not really super bloody per se. I mean, we get nosebleeds, we get cuts, but I thought that arm slice was really kind of, once it got gross. Did anybody else think that was? I like gore in my anime too, but it just was like, oh, we changed the vibe of this show.
I
Did anybody
loved
else
it.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, yes, because that was when Maka had attacked Swole Mosquito. I was like, okay, but I loved it. I was like, yes, like just finally seeing
Yes.
it because I don't know, I like a good action. So it was very surprising. I think I needed that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think we're seeing kind of like the more of the darker tones come up. Kind of, and it's
Yeah.
very reminiscent of like Harry Potter. Like we kind of were growing up with these characters, and now we're getting into the darkness of this of the anime, and so it's cool, kind of seeing the growth of the characters, but also the growth of how far they're going into like the horror themes and the darkness.
And how we were talking about the music, Maka, when she finally does that, they point out it's the anti-magic wavelength. So, And the music changed. It was more pretty and not quite as random sounding, which was interesting as well. I was all, wow, didn't that go a bit overboard when they destroyed him? Don't destroy the thing too. And I like that they point out maybe that was a little much when it
little excessive.
exploded. Like, no, don't worry, he cut off his own head and ran away. What?
Thank you. I was like, I didn't even expect it. I mean, of course, we didn't even see it until after the fact, but I was not expecting that at all. I thought it was very random.
I
a random
Well,
thing
not really
happening.
ran away, bounced away.
I'm not a fan of old men in like anime. Like they just never are good, nice characters.
That's true.
I don't like Mosquito at all. He's a creep. I just
That-
don't
that
like him.
knows.
My hero
He
has
is
a good
weird.
couple old guys.
Right,
Okay,
right.
yeah,
There's, like,
okay.
Gran Torino.
very
Yeah.
few, but they're either like
But yes.
usually really slow, pervertish,
Yes.
or
Perverted for sure.
Yeah.
Generally perverted, yeah.
You can't quite read them, and I feel like that's
Yes.
perfectly said for Mosquito.
So they get to watch the explosion. I did like how Ox and them were freaking out, and our trio was saying,
Was like,
guys,
it's-
calm down.
This is 800 years ago. You're fine.
Arachne got the brew, but I didn't think. I thought something else was up.
Even Arachne, I understand, as we had just talked about, that this season, or even especially these last few episodes, have really been building to something better. But I feel like even her, we haven't seen a whole lot of
Yeah.
what she can do.
Yeah.
Like even Medusa, with her coming back, she's still like very conniving, and we get what
Yeah.
she's up to. But Arachne is just chilling in her web.
To me, it's funny that you bring that up because I completely agree with you. I feel like Arachne is almost as if I see her as like a red herring. Like she's not the biggest threat.
Thank
She's
you.
not. We have to worry about the Kishin. We have to worry about Medusa. Arachne is not that smart. Like I don't think she's that smart of a character, and Medusa's so smart and so conniving, so
Yeah.
trifling. So like. I'm not too worried about Arachne personally.
Same, yeah. I had written down. I was like, she just kind of seems like more of the weaker character, just because again, Medusa's still the main antagonist. So.
Yeah. Well, because gets Erica to replace it, which was not surprised. I go, yeah, that's what I thought.
She's smart. She's not necessarily
They got
the
me.
most like evil, but she is smart.
Good planner. She thinks
Yeah.
of 5 steps ahead, alternate options. Finally, we get the mention of the Kishin. Remember how we were like, wait a minute, where'd that go?
What happened?
The Kishin has been found.
Yes. And then Katie Park says she's all talk, I think referring to Arachne. Yeah, she just
Yeah.
doesn't seem to be doing
Yeah,
as much.
I agree.
Episode 11, the detective's first case. Kid exposes the DWMA's secret. Not really, not yet. He thinks he is, but not yet. Then we get a mention of the moral manipulator, but they're like, it's getting ready. Oh, when she says her mini children and all the spiders go. Yeah. It's like, I have nothing against spiders. I don't want them on me. And then when there's gobs of them, it is like, nope, over there.
Gross.
Ox bragging in class was kind of funny. He finally gets to be a cool kid and not just a nerd. Not that nerds aren't cool, but you know.
I mean, he's a
that
top.
nerd.
He was waiting
for this
He's
moment.
a top student, though.
Yeah, but he's not
Didn't
cool.
someone tell him to shut up too? I forget.
Oh, a few people did, yeah.
I'm sure.
Kim did, I think.
Yeah, I think it was Kim.
They're
It's
just
so
like,
funny.
stop, please. Everybody's really pouty and mopey because this is like the first time they've lost so much consistently. Normally they win, they like lose a little bit, and then they somehow come out on top, and this time is, no, we all suck. And everybody's sitting in class and all mopey and...
I don't blame them. They kind of took like a huge L because they went so far, they traveled so far, and kind of nothing came out of it. You know?
But it's kind of nice for them because they can't always win, and they need to be reminded of, you're not there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I also like about this anime. It's not about winning. It's kind of like I feel like with Pokemon. I love my Pokemon. But like Ash always won. How is Pikachu going to defeat Onyx? I don't understand that. No, but anyway.
No, thank you. I always
You
thought
can't do that in the video games. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. No, but
Yes.
seriously, like, yeah, I like that this anime to me is, it sounds stupid. It's realistic to me. Like, life isn't all about winning. It's kind of about, you have to lose in order to be able to
stronger.
win and to learn from your past mistakes. And I think that this is a really good anime that's kind of follows that.
Yes. Kid, when he's looking into Death, Avon, Sid mentions that to Death, and Death doesn't seem too concerned. They mention the genie hunter, which was interesting with Maka, and she's like, I have questions, and Death is not really answering that.
He's so
I would
annoying.
get so frustrated. Like he's just there sipping his tea, having a great old time.
I love when he sips his
But
tea.
I would-
Those choppers.
Anybody having to deal with him, I would just be so frustrated because he's just like, I'm just gonna chill. But yeah, but what's your past? What's this
Yes.
thing with Avon? You're telling us to do stuff and we don't know
like your
why.
mom.
And I
Yes.
think that's also just even with the translation, when I was looking at the subtitles and then listening to it, I'm like, the subtitles are so much better than when you're listening to it, because I'm like, it was very similar, but it was so slightly off that I'm like, just go with the original script. Like, come on.
Yeah, we find out, well, because that's the big thing, we find out that the mom passed on the anti-magic wavelength and she was the most skilled at it, and it draws away evil, which I feel is coming back and is important probably, and could probably vanquish the Kishin. But, you know, of course, we're not going to explain this to Maka and let her know and make things easier on her. Nope. Soul points out they lost, and that's why everybody's gloomy, which was what you were saying. When they plan to do their special training with Maka and Soul, and does not quite go as planned because she can't get what she wanted. Because I don't think if she's holding back, it's he did something different. It's not telling her, a different kind of holding back. And of course, Crona's all creepy watching behind the tree. It's poor Crona.
Adore Crona.
When Kid goes to Stein and he's clearly not okay. And I like that Kid points out, no, you're not. And we learn more specifically the magic tools are literally items infused with magic, various applications because it could be good or bad, but no real answer. But I do like this, which we had this a little bit in My Hero Academia. The Stein says the logic of filthy grown-ups is what makes the world go round. So similar to My Hero, who defines what's right and what's wrong? So another one of the truths of how do they know in this realm what is right and good and everything. So the plot thickens. There's some other spy that Medusa has for Arachne, because it wasn't Erica she was talking to, I thought. Somebody else was there of reporting or something like
Another
that.
spy for Arachne?
Medusa, another spy at Arachne's area or something like that, because Medusa pointed out she knew about like the spiders going out or something. I don't know. It's just, I'm not surprised Medusa has extra spies.
I was gonna
We
say she
don't
could
know
just
that.
whip something up.
Erica and Crona's when Crona's learning the truth of the actions, everything, blah, blah, blah. And Death. Oh, we get the very end. We meet Joe. BJ, which I was like, wait, how does that know it's JB? Why did we change his name? Butataki, which that was an interesting name. And Oceana Tech Development Advisor. Random dude
Super
in his
random.
sandals. Yes.
Who loves coffee.
Yes. I did like that. That was
Coffee
funny.
and a kiss up.
Yes. Episode 12, Azura's Temptation, the big man's uncontrollable irritation. So we meet BJ. And then they mention, quote unquote, that plan, which we don't really know what that plan.
Again, Death is frustrating. Like, he's cool, but he's frustrating. It's like, tell us what you're doing, because we don't get it.
Because obviously, plot reasons, plot device, not to tell. But at the same time, I kind of wish some of the adults in the series were a little bit more would communicate better and to allow to give the information. Don't be miscommunicating all the time, because I feel like these weapons, these meisters, are the heroes, quote unquote heroes of the future. You know, like, you have to be able to trust them because they obviously look up to you. They're here at the DWMA for a reason. Right. So I just wish that, Death, as much as I love Death, he's the best character. no competition. But I just wish that he would, be a little bit more open.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
And that does mean things are that bad. But BJ was the one that was his original plan. So he goes, okay, well, that was my thing. The coffee. Also, how many people leave a comment? How many people have noticed how instant coffee seems to be a thing in anime? I've seen it. My Hero.
Oran Host Club.
Yes, they made a big thing about instant coffee in that one. I feel I've seen it before, so I don't know.
think I've ever had instant coffee.
I have. It's not.
I've had
great.
Keurig cups,
No, it's this little pellet things that you add water and
Ooh.
But Oran has the best one. They're like, oh, this is what poor people do because they don't have the time to ground the coffee beans.
Wow.
One of the best scenes, and you can look that up on YouTube. It's such a funny scene.
Oh, man.
Also love that show. We get Black Star, definitely not in a good mood, and loses. He kind of has his nightmare, which was interesting and creepy. And Nigus points out to Tsubaki, don't let him do Enchanted Sword right now because it's just too taxing on his body. But of course, Black Star is like, hey kid, let's get in a fight.
Oh my gosh.
Oh god. Okay, yeah. First of all, oh god, Black Star. Second of all, I don't know why I just never pictured Death the Kid as like a really skilled fighter, even though I'm sure he is. So I kind of liked this fight because I liked watching Kid actually fight and not just like being from afar and doing hit and like shooting his guns.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also probably because every time he does fight, it's kind of short-lived because he has a hissy fit about something not being symmetrical. So that's also probably why we don't see him in full action. But Black Star, he's such a sore loser, and it made me not like him again because when Sid was talking about him, I'm like, I get it, you lost, get over it. Like, I'm over it.
Yeah. Well, this is where Ollie had mentioned Sid says, I've known him since childhood and he's lost his confidence and that's why he's weaker, which Maka has gone through the same thing, which makes sense because, you get knocked down a peg and then you feel like you're not good enough, so you need to keep going at it.
The thing about Death Star, the thing about Black Star is that he's lost his confidence and he just wants to be able to have the ability to get stronger, but he doesn't know how to do that in a way that is not competitive. Like he thinks he only thinks that the only way to be strong is to defeat everybody. He doesn't go out and just try and train and work on himself. He thinks he always has to one up somebody.
That he always has to be on top, and even when he was he wanted to surpass God, it almost made me nervous,
You're just like, what does that even mean?
I was like, let me finish.
Okay. Yeah. It just makes me nervous because I'm like, is Black Star gonna be okay? I don't know.
Yeah. I just think he really needs to just embrace all his friends. Like his friends aren't against him. Like he doesn't have to prove himself. He doesn't have to, I'm better than you, kid. I'm better than you, Maka, because I need to defeat you just to prove a point. No, you could be the best, but you don't have to say it all the time. And I know that's part of his character, but I wish that he would have had a bigger moment by this point, because we're rounding to, we have 3 more weeks of Soul Eater, so I don't know.
And again, Sabaki coming to his rescue of oh kid, don't mind
and apologizing
him, and apologizing.
For him.
She needs to stop.
Stop it, Sabaki. Yeah. Also, another truth talk from Sid. Grown-ups yearn for the past while kids long for the future. True.
Yeah, that's so true.
Wait, can we talk about for a second, like,
Yeah.
when Sid brought up the comment about, like, oh, he's like his father and something, the comment about White Star?
Yes.
I was so curious about that, if Black Star's dad was kind of like the Black Star clan and very murderous, or if he was the one who kind of turned things around and that's how Black Star became more.
Oh no!
No?
In the manga, wait, was it in the show? I forget if we talked about this, but in the what happened basically
When he went to the village, I'm pretty sure everybody was bad
Yeah.
in his family, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
his parents were murderous
Yeah.
killers, like his
And he didn't want to be like
mom
that.
and dad. No, he was like a baby when they found him.
Okay. Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's
'cause
why he
that's why
wasn't-
Sid
Oh,
raised
okay,
him.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But I wonder what kind of abilities that means. You know, family, genetic, or the difference between White Star and Black Star. But then the Katie Park says Black Star needs more chill. Yes, yes, that's true. And yeah, he wanted to fight, but he just wasn't ready yet. And so it's take a breather. It's okay. You don't have to be 100% all of the time. It's okay to rest. But then Mock and Soul go to visit him, but he's doing his push-ups and they smile, so I guess that means they think he's fine.
I guess
what
it's
was
just
that
Black Star being Black
Back
Star.
to normal again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't one of those, what does that mean? I guess it means he's fine. Again, we get the Kishin and the spiders and found you and Madness Amplifiers complete. The coffee dance place closed. Is there more to this? I feel this is such a big deal and then nothing's happened yet.
What, for him just to not have coffee?
Yeah, BJ gets there and he's like, it's closed. And I mean, it's a comedic element, but I feel, is there more?
I wonder if coffee is like helps him in some way
Yeah.
with his abilities. I don't know.
Ah,
It's a weird thing
It's
that I'm
energizing.
sure could be a thing.
yes.
We all love caffeine. You know?
Fair, true.
That's about it.
All right, final episode of season 3. We got episode 13, Crona's Escape. Show me your smile, please? Question mark. Also, generally not really great to ever ask anybody to smile for me. That's how I was like, no, nobody ever's. Give me a smile. No, they're just annoyed.
But what if Maka asks you to smile?
No.
No, there's better ways. You make them smile.
What if she said-
you
Yeah.
do something to make someone smile.
But
You-
what if Maka asks Crona to smile? Like, don't you want to see Crona smile?
Cronus.
I just
Oh,
want,
that would be
No.
so
I just
awkward.
want,
Yeah, his smile is so awkward
I just
and
want
like
Crona to be happy. That's all.
Yes.
confident.
do.
My
Oh,
goodness.
man.
There's our TED Talk.
Black Star needs a little. He needs a rub off on Crona.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Crona needs a rub off on Black Star.
Yeah.
We get Erica and Crona, and they don't. Crona's like, nope, I don't want to leave. Ragnarok with the creepy mouth shadow.
Yeah.
What? I think I love Baby Ragnarok because it's so cute.
he's
and then
very cute.
creepy mouth shadow, but I like that too.
Yeah, it was cool looking, but
Yes. Kind of scary, but I like that. Arachne, Mosquito, and Giriko when they go to the Kishin, and how she goes in alone. All right, but so she's not all talk. She goes in all by herself. But yeah, I like that the Kishin goes right away. What are you scheming? I don't trust you. Right away, gets right to the point. But then she tries to reason with him, which he's cray cray. We know he's crazy. Why are you trying to have a normal discussion? I didn't really think. Do we think her neck was snapped when it was a snap? There was a sound that was like when it was wrapped and how beat up she got. I didn't think she'd be dead. I thought like even if she was
I
able, she wouldn't
hated
die.
this scene so much though.
It was
just
weird.
because it was like also weirdly sexual.
Thank you.
And like
Yeah.
her boobs.
Thank you. That was
Giantly big.
Anime boobs.
And then she was like
Yes.
grunting and like saying like, please
It was-
take all of me. And I'm like, this is too much. Like, it's a lot.
It didn't sound that bad in Japanese.
In English?
But-
Oh my gosh.
Well, any kind of
Really
sometimes
husky.
fighting noises can be done, and you sit there going, "Huh? What are we watching right
Right.
now?
Yeah.
What kind of
like-
fighting are you doing?"
It's like yeah, literally like listening to this like in another room. You're just like, Oliver, what do you
Right.
turn down the volume?
Just some anime, it's fine.
Okay. No, I don't think in the subtitle version was as bad, but it was still just kind of a weird dynamic of fighting. And yeah, the boobs looked.
And I'm like, they did this on purpose.
Yeah.
And not any of us are against our fan service and all, but it was why?
Was she? And she was wrapped almost in his
Oh,
skin
and then
too,
like
right?
her neck, you know, which. Side note, I just been watching Umbrella Academy. They do have a joke with choking and sexy time. So I was like, why are they doing this in an anime? So the complete change of pace from that scene. And she's like, oh, I brought you back. Our picnic outside, and they're all cute.
Yeah.
They're fun.
Can we please shout out the delicious anime food?
Always, yes.
Always looks so good.
It's like, I want all the
want
anime's
some.
food, yes. I like that they finally do notice Crona's being weird, and they're kind of like, hey, what is up with that? And then Maka goes, hey, let's have a chat. The Medusa vision was creepy.
Yeah.
I liked that. Did you guys like that moment of,
And
oh,
she-
just kidding, it's Maka right there.
Yeah. And then
Sort
she
of.
was.
It threw me for a loop because then I
Yeah.
was like, oh, she's like in her normal body again.
Yeah.
And I was like, when did this happen? Then
Yes.
to see Maka, I was like, wait, what? So I just went with it. But it was cool, I guess, to see her.
Just as an overall thought, I do think Crona was in such a hard place because he genuinely thought like he had to do this because
Yeah.
he knew what the consequences would be of Medusa.
Yeah.
But he also just thought like by expressing himself, he would betray them and they would never want to be around him again
Yeah.
because his relationship with them was already so strained in the beginning to start off with. So
And it's so hard because of all the abuse Crona faced. It's kind of like the people, Crona's a victim, and sometimes it's not as easy. Like we can, if we're not victims, we can be like, oh, it's so easy to leave that abuser, but sometimes it's very difficult because that's all that Crona really knows. And when Crona's finally being like befriended by these strangers who are just want to be friends with Crona, it creates this level of confusion for Crona, you know. So it's, I don't know. I don't necessarily blame Crona for what Crona did. I don't
Yes.
know. It was very
I
hard.
agree with you.
I like that you brought that up because that was a really hard moment for Crona.
And Crona, it's the nature versus nurture idea of how much is Crona affected by just the environment they're in, you know, versus the decisions. But Crona rises above that and goes, hey, this thing has happened, after it runs off in the desert, but is said, hey, this happened, I don't know how to deal.
I found it so funny how Maka was using her like ability to try and like sense his soul when literally they could have just followed the footsteps.
Yes. In the desert and the ugly. Oh, when confessing, that was creepy, ugly face cry. Like, what is that face?
Well, okay, so when he even went to that, I guess, desert hole, I don't even know how, like, where that hole came from. It was a very big hole. But
Dug it.
I was just like, where did that come from? Very random.
Yes.
But first of all, the face was really weird. And then in the subtitles, it says, she's so lame, which was really weird. I was like, why is Crona calling Miss Marie lame when he's, like, confessing?
Oh, they were upset that Crona was upset that Marie would believe that. And it's definitely like what Maka said. And thank you, Maka, for jumping up of like, stop talking shit about yourself.
Yeah.
And it's them blaming other people when it's their just, you know, a self-reflection and projecting that.
He honestly kind of annoyed me in that scene. 'Cause I'm
That
just
scene
kinda
was
like, get
annoying.
over it.
Yes. We have last little tiny bit. We have Joe the kid. Joe's kid follows Joe, and the weird creepy statues to distract him. That was funny. That was good comedic device.
Oh my god. I want one of those deaf, stupid,
Where you could just like
asymmetrical.
Yes.
move them around.
Was there anything else, real quick? Sorry, with the desert thing
Oh,
before
well, no.
Medusa.
Oh, before Medusa? Yes, the one thing that did kind of bother me was when they were all in Lord Death's room and Maka was trying to defend Crona, and then she had that
Yes.
weird fight with her dad about like, oh, you know, he messed up, but I can guarantee he'll never do it again, and like trying to give him some shade. But I'm like, it kind of. We've already talked about this and how it kind of bothers me that Maka is so against her dad and he's genuinely trying, but she loves her mom, but her mom's the one who's
Yeah.
AWOL.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I was just like, Maka,
Oh, that's
calm
where
down.
it is. Yes, Maka, the chat, when we mentioned Maka's mom disappeared, they have their bonding, Crona, just this discussion of mother, but everything Maka says, Crona says, that's horrible. And, you know, they...
And it's just the contrast between
Yes.
Maka's mom, who they're on good terms, but Maka's mom's not present, like you said, and then Medusa's obviously present for Crona, but she's crazy and abusive, so it just kind of like they kind of the reflection, the juxtaposition between those two characters is just kind of like they don't know what the other mother relationship is like because they're just completely different.
Yes. And then speaking of Medusa, we have at the end and surrender, which interrupts Crona's sentencing. And yeah, I agree. I want Maka to have a conversation with her dad because she seems to be present yourself as mature, but she is not handling that situation maturely at all. So it's like, girl, please just have a conversation, because he is different and still the same. And or she could still not trust him of, oh, these things you did, but not be such a, I'm never going to talk to you and you're a horrible person.
She's still going through the rebellious phase. Yeah, and that's also funny that we bring this up, because she was also the one to say, I forget which episode, it was a recent episode, but like, I just accept like, I accept my friends for who they are. Granted, her dad's her dad, but like she could have said, yeah, because her dad isn't bad. So like, I'm surprised she kind of still thinks harshly of her father.
Felt betrayed though.
Yeah,
like
fair.
It's broken families. Touchy
It's true. It's always complicated for sure. All right, so we're going to hold on to our predictions. We're going to do our special segment right now and then get into our news. So our word for the day, since they were having lunch, I'm like, I don't think we haven't done lunch yet, right? I don't think so. No. I was thinking of food so much. So Hiro Gohan. So it's
Gohan.
Yes.
Yeah, rice in Japanese.
It's Hiro Gohan is one of the ways you can say lunch. Okay. So it's Romaji is HIROGOHO and Hiro Gohan.
Makes sense.
Hiro Gohan.
Adult Gohan's a snack, so makes sense.
So Hiro Gohan for lunch.
Oh, I'm just hungry.
And wait, no, we need the chorus.
Oh. Hiro Gohan.
Yay.
Hiro Gohan.
Hiro Gohan.
Yay! Cool. All right, so real quick, we'll get to our news. We have a little video.
AfterBuzz TV News.
I went to the Fate USA, Grand Order USA tour in Los Angeles. So if you go to our Twitter, I linked to a YouTube which plays the full, it's a minute 50 video. These are people lining up outside last night at the preview night. And so I got to go in early as press. Thank you very much, Aniplex USA. And check it out and everything. Those are little hats you can get based on the characters. And this is like right at the front. It was a neat venue in downtown LA. They had a lot of merch that was exclusive at the event. That line was ginormous, which you'll see in just a minute.
Was it a pretty large turnout?
Oh, wow. Yes, there was a lot of people. So that was once they lent it in the general public, and then you went, I did the escalator right there, and then you went up to the 13th floor, which was this big, great open area, and photo ops.
Oh, it's cool.
Which were so fun, and you could pose next to some of the servants, which are these characters, pose with some of the props, which were great, and, do different kind of photo ops you wanted. They also had a special thing where you got to pick what photo you wanted of your own, and they would print it for you, and you could put little stickers, like Instagram, you could put like stickers on it. They had games set up, and they also, this was the history of Fate Grand Order, which is interesting. These great characters, which you were able to pose with and take pictures. Tiffany Haddish was there today and taking pictures with them. Lots of cosplay, which was fun. It's my man Archer. Some of the cosplay was so cool. They had a little flyer, which you could collect stamps, and then when you turned it in, you got stickers, and we will give that out, one of these to you. You get the sheet. I'll put it on our Twitter, which is ABTVanime, of how you can get that, and you can watch the full video on our Twitter, ABTVanime. And I just really like this program, too, because it had all the info in terms of merch. They had a map of everywhere, of all the activities, and then different things. So they also had voice actors. So I got to talk to Satoshi Tsuruoka, and stay tuned for that interview, and I'll probably be finding out if that's going to be one you listen to or just typed up. But it was great talking with all of them, and it was really fun. And then I'm like, reach. Also, they were promoting the new movie that was coming out, Heaven's Feel 2. They had a screening of that, and the special screening on this weekend, which I did not go to that because I was at the other event, but it'll be coming out March 14th. And they also gave you a little flyer at the when the voice actor spoke with everybody, so that was really fun. So really cool event. If you went, please tag us, let us comment, let us know you went. I want to see your pictures as well. I'll be posting more pictures of that on the ABTV Anime Twitter. And
was that only in LA? Sorry.
Oh, yes. Thank you for bringing that up. So that was LA today and yesterday. And where is it? Don't worry, because if you're not able to make it to the LA event, Fate Grand Order USA Tour 2019 is planning to head to Anime Central in Rosemont, Illinois, Anime Expo, LA again. Also, Anime Weekend Atlanta, Georgia, and making its final stop at Anime New York in November. Cool. So if you're near those cities, it'll be coming to you. And yeah, it was, if you're into Fate, the title at all, it's really just fun activities to do, lots of photos, games, and fun way to interact with the title. And the photo ops were really fun too. I enjoyed that. Also, really quick, Japan crate, we have the Valentine's crate, which is really fun. I know we're past Valentine's Day, but we'll open it and show you inside. So many goodies.
I'm so hungry.
We'll go to the wide camera. So check out our Twitter because we'll post pictures of all that because we're pretty much out of time. Prediction for how is this going to go down. We have one season left, which is going to be 3 of our episodes. 12 episodes
Your
total.
AfterBuzz TV prediction.
What do we think?
Medusa versus Stein. We're gonna see Marie's what Marie is like as of what she is finally, because I don't think we haven't seen it yet. And Medusa is gonna be back in her adult form. I think that's gonna happen.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, definitely piggybacking off of that. I definitely think it's going to be Arachne versus Death as well, Lord Death, and also perhaps the 7, but maybe more of the gang will all do soul resonance together with Brew, the real Brew, to defeat Arachne and Medusa as a whole, hopefully.
I get the impression that the Kishin doesn't like to be told what to do, so I don't know, maybe he'll be the one taking down either Arachne or Medusa or both before taking down trying to defeat Lord Death or the Academy or anything. I'm very excited because I also think we're finally going to see what Marie is, and I hope that when we see what she is, she's also working with Stein, because I would love to see them as a duo, just taking people down like that. I think that'd be great.
I want to see more of the Death Scythes doing what they do, because we've seen some featured so well. I want to see Marie kick butt because I feel she has a lot of potential, and they're talking about how strong she is. It's like, can we see it, please? I agree, Veronica. I feel the Kishin is gonna don't tell me what to do, and gonna break away and cause more havoc, which maybe might work in our team's favor. It might be a narrow victory, and I don't think anybody's gonna die. But maybe. I don't feel the show, nobody's really died yet. Because,
except for Sid.
Sid. But Sid's still around. That's why I'll be like, die. But yeah, I feel it's going to go down. We're going to have our big fight probably like the 3/4 mark and some kind of like a wrap-up, which would be our standard anime formula. So we'll see. I'm excited to see how it ends for sure. Because it's been a fun ride, and it's like, oh my gosh, we're almost done. What? So thank you so much for watching, listening. Thank you very much for joining us in the live chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to give it that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Comment down below on stuff we talked about. What are you thinking about the show? Did you go to Fate Grand Order Tour? Do you want to? I know you want to get that merch. Everybody's always excited about merch. So much stuff. And then also, if you're listening on iTunes, make sure to give it that 5 stars, because 1 through 4 don't work. And let us know your thoughts. And maybe soon we'll be picking our new anime show. Yeah. So stay tuned for that. So where can they find you, Ollie?
Hey guys, follow me on all social media platforms at Ollie Dreamer.
Hey guys, Jaimie Gray. You can find me on Twitter at It's Jaimie Gray or on Instagram at Jaimie Gray.
Hey everyone, Veronica Valencia. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at It's Me, Veronica_V.
And my name's Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's KARIDLANE. And if you go check it out on Instagram, I had a bunch of stories from the Fate Grand Order event. I'll be posting more as well on the ABTVanime Twitter page. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week. Sayonara.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.